My name's Jessica Blackmore and I work at Lady Elliott Island Eco Resort as a Master Reef Guide, and I've been working here for almost 10 years now. So what this means is I'm really familiar with the reef around the island and any changes that may happen, and I'm really familiar with when we might want to step in and take action to look after the reef if necessary. What the Tourism Reef Protection Initiative is funding from the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority to contract various tourism operators to provide reef protection services throughout the entire Great Barrier Reef Marine Park. Part of the initiative also involves developing content and tours and citizen science programs, so it's an initiative that we're really excited to be a part of. As part of the Tourism Reef Protection Initiative, the activities that we're engaging in here at Lady Elliott Island include different types of surveys. So one of them is the Tourism Weekly Survey. So what this involves is us going out to particular sites every single week, and we're monitoring for changes in the coral health. So whether that's damage to the coral, any bleaching, disease, things like that. And then we're also looking for indicator species that will indicate to us how the reef's doing. So for example, we're looking for things like grazing herbivores, particularly schools of fish that will feed on the algae. When we have lots of healthy schools of grazing herbivores, it keeps the algae in check, which helps to keep the coral healthy. We're also looking just for iconic species, things that tourists love to come and see. So things like our beautiful turtles, Maori wrasse, those beautiful iconic animals. Then something else we've started to notice in the last few years is an increase in some species that we would consider pest species, such as Crown-of-thorns starfish and Drapella snails. In terms of the Drapella snails, what we're doing there is we're just collecting them. So it's a really tedious process because they're a tiny little snail, and in one colony of coral, you can sometimes have hundreds or thousands of these tiny little snails right in the base of the branches. And so we have to get in there with tweezers to try and pull them out, and it's really quite difficult and time consuming. So Drapella snails eat coral. They are a natural part of the ecosystem, but when there's too many of them, they can cause quite a problem. And in some of the areas around the island, they're in balance and there's lots of coral, and that's fine. But there are areas around the island where the damage that the snails are doing is outweighing the ability of the coral to grow back and recover. So the way that we manage Crown-of-thorns starfish is we inject them with a vinegar solution. That involves us taking out basically like a cattle drenching gun with a syringe on the end, and we inject them with 20 mils of vinegar, just household vinegar. So this is obviously an acid, and what happens to the Crown-of-thorns starfish is they're not able to regulate their pH levels, and basically they just start to die very quickly. Over the last 6 months, the Tourism Reef Protection Initiative has given us more of a chance to spend time out in the water conducting very important surveys, looking at the health of our reef, and spending more time in the water removing pest species such as Crown-of-thorns starfish and Drapella snails, so that we can ensure the reef around Lady Elliott Island stays protected and beautiful for many years.